हे गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू MUSC रेड डेविल्स NCR। और आज हम हैं स्पॉन्डन मुखर्जी के साथ फ्रॉम मेलबर्न। इसको हम स्पॉन्डी कहते हैं। एंड सिंस ही इज अ चेल्सी फैन और चेल्सी बहुत न्यूज में आजकल। सो स्पॉन्डन, कैसा लग रहा है? तू चल का तू चल हो गया तो थॉमस टूचल हैज बीन सैक्ड एंड ग्राम पॉटर इज रिप्लेसिंग हिम, जैसे हमने फैब्रिजियो से सुना है। सो व्हाट आर योर फर्स्ट थॉट्स कि थॉमस टूचल की सैकिंग कैसी लगी? वाज इट एन इमेच्योर डिसीजन या फिर इट वाज यू सॉ इट कमिंग?
um, Immature somewhat because I thought that it would come, but we didn't expect. None of us expected it to be this soon. तो मालूम नहीं अभी Chelsea sacking managers is nothing new. Everyone knows that. But वही है अभी like there's some odd feelings because it's a shock to be honest because no one expected कि Tuchel को ऐसे sack like just like 6 games in the week in the season and a manager being sacked. It's not common, so it's a
So
shocking news for
as
each and
you
every
said,
Chelsea fan.
Chelsea sacking manager is nothing new, but this is a new owner. So do you think कि बोली एक्चुअली अब्रामोविच को कॉपी करने की कोशिश कर रहा है? ही जस्ट वांट्स टू मेक अ स्टेटमेंट बिकॉज ही स्पेंट बिग 200+ मिलियन, बट जिसके लिए उसने स्पेंड करा उस मैनेजर को टाइम ही नहीं दिया उन प्लेयर्स के साथ जेल करने का। योर मोस्ट ऑफ योर साइनिंग्स केम टुवर्ड्स द एंड ऑफ द ट्रांसफर विंडो and have played like 2 to 3 games. Fofana has played 2, Aubameyang played 1, and Tuchel has been sacked just because of the results. Whereas looking at Liverpool, they have worse results than you, but they are backing Klopp as usual. So क्या ये एक स्टेटमेंट बनाना चाहता है बोली कि नहीं, वी आई एम आल्सो लाइक अब्रामोविच, आई कैन मेक these decisions, I want to step up for the club?
Like it's a difficult question, मालूम नहीं because new manager what he thinks हमारे लिए भी नया है. Like we still like it's very new for us that the managers come. हम अभी उसको समझ रहे हैं कि
ओनर्स का
ओनर सॉरी
या
कि वो क्या कर रहे हैं या क्या ट्राई कर रहा है हमें भी नहीं मालूम. He's of course he has some plans for the club which he's trying to bring it in his style. Maybe he's copying Abramovich, maybe not, but like he has his own, like he has his own personality, he has his own say. तो वो देखना पड़ेगा. Like we'll get to know more in future because new manager and plus a new like owner. तो वो देखना पड़ेगा कि कैसे होता है.
द थिंग इज, जो भोली ने बोला है और ये रिपोर्ट्स बाहर आई है कि he didn't like Tuchel because Tuchel wanted to just be part of the footballing aspect on the pitch, and Bholi wanted him to be in the business as well, the transfer business. And Bholi actually blamed Tuchel कि रफीना और कुंडे की जब साइनिंग्स थी, Tuchel backed out, not asking the players to come. Like उनको वो पोच नहीं कर पाया, and Bholi blamed it on him that they lost 2 good signings because of him. So this was one of the aspects which is coming in light कि इस वजह से भी वो सैक हुआ है कि he didn't want to be associated with the business front, and तुम्हारे ओनर को चाहिए एक ऐसा प्लेयर, एक ऐसा कोच, सॉरी आई एम सेड प्लेयर, एक ऐसा कोच जो कि न्यू एरा के लिए फिट हो। तो न्यू एरा के लिए वो फिट करने के चक्कर में एक ऐसा कोच जो बिजनेस एस्पेक्ट में भी डील करे। तो उस पे मतलब हाउ डज दिस साउंड? बिकॉज मेरे को बहुत इमेच्योर स्टेटमेंट्स लगी अगर ये रिपोर्ट्स बाहर आई भी है कि मतलब
because to like I agree with you because अगर एक manager है, even I feel the manager should concentrate on the game. Business side, of course, like whatever amount he's getting, on basis of that, he chooses players that he wants for the club. Now it's the owner and the hiring team to make the talks and get the deal done. Usme Tuchel thoda sa, yes, of course, being the manager of the club, he could have tried from his part ki like come or do something, I have plans or something like that, which I believe so like any manager would do. because when he's making, like, he's shortlisting players, he has something on his mind. So he would want the players to know what he has in his mind, like what the players would get by coming into this club. तो वो थोड़ा आगे पीछे हो सकता है, but yeah, like, even I don't agree with this statement कि like managers should be a part of business. Like,
So अभी हमने जो बहुत सुना है बोली के बारे में, what is an American owner again wants English faces to be the part of club. आते ही statement signing करी स्टर्लिंग, ठीक है, मगवायर से लिंक थे बट फोफाना लिया गया at honestly overpriced. फोफाना लिया गया. You can't say कि he's 75 million worth. Same Maguire की बात थी, but hopefully he turns up better for you guys than Maguire did for Man United. But again यही बोला जा रहा है अब ग्राम पॉटर again English, so English people coming in, like एक वो ही बात है कि इंग्लिश स्क्वाड बनाने की बात हो रही है, तो उसका कैसा आउटलुक है चेल्सी के लिए, मतलब चेल्सी फैंस को कैसा लग रहा है ये कि अगेन दे विल बी लाइक एन इंग्लिश प्रॉपर इंग्लिश क्लब नाउ.
uh, again, it's too early to say anything because 6 games into the season, first transfer window under the new manager, there has a lot of things taken place at this time. But abhi dekhna padega, like only time can tell. Like, we can predict some things. It looks like English की तरह हो रहा है. It might be another Manchester United situation, but it just might be some games that he has in his hand which might even click. You never know.
What are
Because
what are your thoughts about Graham Potter coming in? Because Graham Potter has coached Brighton. He has coached Brighton successfully, one of the most successful coaches in Brighton's history. Now the thing is, Graham Potter has never coached a team of this stature before. Now he's coming where a team has already spent 200 million on players he may or may not have wanted. So he doesn't get a transfer window, but he'll be coming to pick up a team. Same thing happened with Lampard, but Lampard was sacked way after, like in December. He has Tuchel has been sacked in like a month. And now Graham Potter is coming. Graham Potter gave a great start to Brighton. Brighton is actually above Chelsea and Manchester United right now on the Premier League table. He gave them a great start. और उसको बहुत master tactician बोला जाता है. So I am kind of excited to see Graham Potter coaching Chelsea. But
same,
being
of
a
course.
Chelsea fan, a manager of not that big stature is coming to a club of that big stature. Because see, personally, it was thrilling when Ole was here, but we all know Ole had his tactics was not up to the mark, and he had never coached a club of this big stature. Same thing is going to happen with Graham Potter. Graham Potter has never coached a club of that stature. So handling big egos, handling all this like Champions League drama, handling the new owners. Do you think Graham Potter will be able to cope up with it, or will this be another sacking coming in next 12 months?
For sure, not in another 12 months because a new manager with the new owner, I believe they will give each other the time that they need to settle in. And also, being like, as you said, कि like he's coming from Brighton, तो उसका उतना stature नहीं है कि he's ever like managed a club this big. But it might be new for him. Whatever he has, his tactics with Brighton, which has worked, may work better with Chelsea. You never know because Chelsea ka bhi mindset and the players are there that can go along with those same tactics. But again, it depends on his formation, his game sense, what he's planning with the players that are there currently in the club. Tuchel wanted a lot of youngsters to be part of the club. New manager Graham may not want that. He might give the experienced players the stabilization of the club for the time being, which would be sensible because he is coming. He wouldn't trust the youngsters just like that. उसको भी थोड़ा time लेना पड़ेगा to gel with the players, to understand their game, to make them work along his tactics, and also to change the team's thinking at the moment because इतना fast going है Premier League. उसमें moving from one tactic to a different manager's tactics will be very difficult for Chelsea.
But one thing is, last year what we saw was Tuchel sticking to one formation. Graham Potter, on the other hand, had 32 formation changes in Brighton. So this will be a big shift because he'll be experimenting to find that one formation, or maybe he'll continually change the formations. But yeah, it's going to be exciting. But now Cucurella is, who just came from Brighton, is back with Graham Potter. So can we expect more signings from Brighton or the Premier League in the winter transfer window? Because you guys have already spent 200 million, but now Graham Potter might want his own players. So do you expect more signings in winter transfer window, or do you expect more like the next signings to happen in the summer only?
There might be a few transfers in the winter, I believe, because Graham को time मिलेगा to understand the team. He would know which players he wants. I'm not sure if he's gonna want his own players because again, like Chelsea is like we are said to be the top six teams in Premier League. Top six teams competing with the other rest of the teams in Premier League is always difficult. Sometimes the other teams play well, but most of the times the top six teams have the better chance of winning the games. That is because we have more players with better tactics. So Graham coming to such a big team will have a like will have an impact on his tactics and his game plans and the want in his players. So he now like coming from Brighton to Chelsea, he has now a more like he has a budget of maybe another 100 200 million in the winter transfer budget. Like I am not sure.
I don't think so that they'll be spending like 100 million, maybe a 50 million, getting two, three people, more like that. That might be a
Of course,
possibility.
like I'm just stating a number 100 200. Of course, not that big of a budget, but
Yeah,
somewhere around 100 million might be given because we could even see more players leaving the club.
yeah.
That is also a thing because we'll get to know after maybe like give him at least like a month, maybe 4 games with the Champions League on ahead. I guess that would be the time to know what he has his plans, what he's thinking, what are his game tactics, and what he wants from our players. Maybe a month, like we'll have some idea on it, I'm sure.
Hmm. So one last thing before going, like one or 1.5 years ago, like 2 years ago, you won the Champions League under Tuchel. 1.5 years ago, you were actually fighting for the title with City and Liverpool. Now, looking at the situation, like if things don't get under control, you might miss on the Champions League as well. So whatever happened in last 6 months, Abramovich getting sanctioned, he was removed from the ownership, he had to sell the club. Your defense was shattered because everyone left. So how is it Tuchel's mistake? Because if you are the manager, your defense is gone, your owner is gone, you are still looking at the club, you are still above Liverpool, you are just 6 games in the season and you have been sacked by the new owner. So how they seeing all this happen, I don't think it's a Tuchel's mistake because people are saying Tuchel should have been better with Romelu Lukaku. He didn't get the results last time around. But I don't think it's a Tuchel mistake because a lot has been going on and people don't consider that into that. Like whatever happened with Chelsea, people don't consider that. So how do you think it's kind of an harsh decision?
Of course, it's a harsh decision, sorry. But like Tuchel, like of course he has done a lot for the club. But from the last season as well, like ending half of the season, Tuchel started to lose some games, drawing few of the games, not winning those games where we could have won those games. So there is some problem. Like he always blames himself. That is true. But again, once, twice, thrice, how many times you can blame yourself, right? Like there is something going wrong extremely where like on a series there are ups and downs happening again and again. There is some, of course, there are some unanswered questions, but like there, of course, like there was something unrelated in this situation which led to this decision. But again, Tuchel was underperforming, but again, not on that level that he should have been sacked this soon for sure.
Yeah. So I think that's all for today. Thank you for joining us, Pondi, and hoping to see
No
you
views.
soon. Hoping to see you soon tomorrow. See you soon in another video, and probably before the Chelsea United match, we'll have a video together and see what happens after the match. I think it's probably written all over that we'll thrash you guys this time around, but let's see.
Oh, don't take us so
Let's
easy.
let's see what
New
happens.
managers always click with Chelsea.
Let's
Remember
see
that.
what happens. Like our also new manager has clicked with us, hopefully. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens. And guys, please subscribe to our channel, comment and like. And Chelsea fans, all the best. That's what we can say because American owners, English manager, and looking at English players, that's a whole other level of Manchester United coming your way. Thank you guys. See you soon.